think it's 20. What is it? The recommended price is $23.88.
I mean,
So
that's
that would be,
that's the sales price too, not the, not your cost. You don't have to invest.
Yeah, not cost.
$3,000.
Yeah, so $23.88 would be, that would be dual. It's like 150. Okay. I was just curious if you had any experience doing it or had any opinion on it. So.
All right, so let's talk about Joe Lister.
Okay.
It's an awesome idea. It's a lot cheaper than any other options out there. Most of the other tools are for just giant sellers, and they want hundreds or thousands of dollars to get started. For their multi-channel listing tools. So if you're just starting, or you don't have thousands of listings that you want to send over, then I think Lister is a good tool to do it. It's pretty much automated everything, and you really don't have to do much. Are you using it, Todd, or have you just?
Yeah, I turn it on. I turn it on and off. You get free listings, and I only get 2 free listings a month, but I know you negotiated 10 free for your group. I usually keep the free listings on. I do a couple, but then like in Q4 and then midsummer, I turn it on and I'll do 100, 150 listings. So it's real good. You can go in and out. You don't have to leave it on and pay for it the whole time.
Okay, well, you want to show us how it works?
Sure. Yep, not a problem. Let me share my screen out here. Okay, wait till everybody.
And if you have any questions in the chat, just post it in the chat, and we'll cover them when we can.
Yep, and I see one right off the bat, which I can go ahead and address quickly. It's asking, do you need to prep your product differently for multi-channel fulfillment? The answer is no. Once it's already there at FBA or at Amazon's warehouse, they just ship it in a regular Amazon box. The only thing you may want to consider, we covered this on the last Monday's coaching call, is there's a setting in Seller Central where you can use non-branded boxes. So they charge you a fee. I believe it's, I want to say it's around 50 cents, but they will charge you a fee and send it in a plain box, so your item doesn't show up with an Amazon box. But I've sold, I don't know, close to 100, I guess, items through this. Show up in Amazon boxes, and no one ever complained. So I think we're good. Before we jump right in, and I've got a couple of the tabs open to the specific spots. Here's the basic pricing. There's a free one, no credit card required, completely free, up to 2 eBay listings. And that is up to 2 active eBay listings. So you can end a listing and turn around and create another one, and that still just counts as your 2 listings, which I thought was incredibly generous. And then Valerie and Sean negotiated a special deal where members of Sean's group get 10 free listings a month, which is ridiculously generous. I probably wouldn't even have a need to go to the basic very often, but if you sign up using the links that Valerie posted, you'll get 10 free listings a group or a month. I usually turn on the basic a couple times during the year. When I'm about 2 months away from long-term storage fees, or during Q4, I'll turn it on just to take advantage of additional sales. So for the $29 per month, you get 100 eBay listings. And again, that's 100 active. So you can have 100, delete 10, and you have 9, and you can add 10 more. So those are the basic prices. Next tab I have up here, I'll go through the settings first. These are the listing settings. So you can tell how many to list. I generally recommend, unless you have a bazillion of an item, I recommend just doing 1 typically. So that way you run probably if you use a higher number, or if you only have like 2 of an item, you run the risk of a timing issue where say your item sells on eBay, and before Joe Lister runs and creates the fulfillment order, someone buys on Amazon, and then you're stuck with an upset eBay customer, unless you get another item, because Amazon's going to take precedence on shipping it if they beat you in on the removal or the channel fulfillment. But you can set a listing quantity, so you can do 1, 10, 100. Once your item sells, or if you run out of inventory on Amazon, it won't close your listing. It just sets the 0 quantity. And I'm not a hardcore eBay seller. I understand that has something to do with the rank. By not deleting your listing, they just leave it there. It helps, but that's just how they do it. Order message, just the generic, whatever prints on the packing slip that Amazon will actually produce to send your item. Ship from zip code, listing type. Here's where you can choose, basically, if you want to do a good till canceled, or a 7-day or a 30-day listing. You can only pick one as your default. So just choose whichever format you choose to do. As they mentioned in the little hover tip, basically, the good till cancel listings will get relisted after each one ends, and then the ones that are 30 and 70 days, they basically run their course, essentially. And the one caveat that they mention here is if you want to do best offer listings, then you have to do a GTC and then add it on eBay directly. They do not support that directly. Allow override eBay category. It will auto assign the eBay category based on your Amazon product description. So if you want to tinker with that or list the multiple categories or anything like that, you need to allow the override. Email notifications. These are the, hey, your item sold, and we've shipped it, and here's the tracking information, just kind of for your information. This is purely optional. It all works automatically. And then it also leaves automatic customer feedback, which you can disable if you don't want. So those are the settings. Essentially, the list of works is it will, and we'll walk through this so you can see it. You select the Amazon inventory you want to create a listing for, and it can be one or all of your inventory. They actually have a button that says publish everything on this page, and it creates the listings. It links back to the Amazon product images, so you don't have to upload pictures or take pictures or anything. It creates the eBay and from the product description, formats it to look nice, and then it does some calculations and calculates a price for you that takes into consideration your eBay charges, your Amazon charges, and your fulfillment charges through Amazon, and with the goal of getting you basically the same price as you're getting on Amazon. So it's a one-click thing. You just check the price, you tweak it if you want to, and it's published to eBay. Once somebody buys it and it's confirmed, then Joe Lister creates a fulfillment order on Amazon for your item, passes the buyer's information, shipping information to them along with your little order message, and ships it to the customer, and immediately leaves the customer feedback, which is just the default, great buyer, paid on time, that type of thing. So it's a completely closed loop. You don't have to do anything to make it all happen. It just all happens behind for you automatically. There are 3 separate pricing formulas that you can choose. I went with the default, which is the recommended, and that's basically based on the percent margin. So you put the margin that you want above whatever profit you would make from selling on Amazon. So if you want to sell it for your same profit that you get on Amazon, which is what I have it set for, you could do 0. If you want to double your profit on eBay, if you have that type of product, you can change it to 100%. That would double it. They also have a fixed margin, which is basically just based on top of your earnings. So you can do that as a set dollar. So if you want to make $1 more than you make on Amazon or whatever, you can set that. And then you can do some custom equations. And they spell out some of the examples here. You can really do basically some Boolean logic and get fancy with it.
Todd,
they offer that a footer template. Yes, sir.
A couple things on this pricing formula. Is shipping added into that? I see it.
Yes, they calculate. Yep, they calculate all the charges all at once when you list the item in your price. So fulfillment fee from Amazon, shipping, the whole 9 yards is all in there.
So it's built into the whatever profit margin you want.
Correct.
So
yes.
It would be equal. It would be adding that in already.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. Yep. It's soup to nuts. There's no hidden charges or anything. They account for all of it. The further templates, my eBay listings, I used to be a Vendio customer, and I saw my footer's a little cluttered, so I need to clean it up. So when we do the listing, you'll see that. But It can add a footer for you that basically says, factory seal packaging, for new items, obviously manufacturer's warranty, fast and free shipping, which is what they indicate by default, and then just some general customer service footer. You can turn that off if you don't like it, and we'll include it in your auction. But I'll be in for this example just so you see what it looks like. So let's jump over and I'll show you how you do the listings. I have zeroed in on a specific item, but when you first fire up Joe Lister, of course, you give it your Amazon API settings, like any application. They'll walk you through how to do that. And it pulls all of your Amazon inventory. And then you can filter it based on the items that are unlisted on eBay, aired out, already listed, or stranded. I've zeroed in on one specifically, but otherwise you would see your entire inventory here. So what I usually go in is I pull my entire inventory and I sort on quantity, because if I've got a lot of an item and it's not moving, that's the one I want to target. But you can sort by price, title, and other stuff. As you would expect, the ASIN takes you directly to the product page. So that's handy if you want to just double check what's going on. Most of you can probably see the issue right here with one that's Amazon selling it, and they're selling it at about $2 over my cost. So obviously there's no way I'm going to move this until they sell out, which they do occasionally. So this is one that I would pick to list on eBay, especially in Q4. So you just select the item. If you can either select multiple, you can, as I mentioned, publish all on page. So if you want to put all of your, say you sell board games, and all your SKUs for those start with game, you put in game dash, it'll pull up all the ones that start with game, and you can publish all of them at once. But we'll just do this one. So, and before I click on this, they have a instructions tab on most of their pages. If you click on that, it's a pop down, and it will kind of walk you through how to do it essentially. So we click on edit and list. That's where it pulls in the title, and I pulled this Amazon page up to show you. It uses the same exact title as the Amazon page. So it's Play-Doh Super Molding Mania with 3 cans of Play-Doh, etc. If you click on Play-Doh Super Molding Mania, and if you scroll down to the description, 3 cans of Play-Doh compound. So it's just basically pulling the title and the description in here. It formats it to make it a little prettier, and it's pulling the actual images from the hosted Amazon images. So you get the same exact images. From a legal standpoint, I think that's kind of a gray area potentially, but I'm going with it for now. I don't know if there's been any issues with it, but that's one thing that sets them apart from most of the other multi-channel platform software. Sellbrite will pull in images, but most of the other ones that allow you to take an Amazon listing and list on eBay, that's the sticking point, is they do not include images. A lot of them do it for that reason, that they think it may be some kind of copyright issue. So that's something you want to investigate on your own. You can also add more. They have to be hosted, though, which means you have to have them already on the internet accessible web page or URL. Excuse me. Product details, that comes straight from the listing. Make sure you check your shipping weight, because just like when you sell the item, it's going to factor into the price that they charge you to fulfill it. So here it shows your Amazon price. So this is what I currently have it priced on for Amazon. Here's what your Amazon fees would be to sell it. So my net earnings would be $20.62. So as you can see, they went ahead and pre-populated the eBay price, excuse me, based on, and they remind you of the formula that you chose, or that I chose, of a margin of 0%, which means I want to make the same exact profit on this one as I do on Amazon. So here they show you the fulfillment fee, basically, from Amazon. Let me see if they include that in the help work. That's basically the fee that Amazon charges you for the fulfillment order. Taking into account the eBay fee and the PayPal fee, and then you calculate your earnings. So this is very important underneath. They show you the most recent eBay price, which was $16.98. So you can see I'm up a creek basically on this product too, on eBay. And the last time they pulled that price. And the listing fee would be, and this is estimated based on what eBay charges. This does not take into account free listings during the promotion. So take that with a grain of salt. But that listing fee is calculated into your earnings. So they're saying I need to sell this for $31.54 on eBay to make the same $20.62 that I'm making on Amazon. But they're also saying that the recent eBay price that they found was $16.98. And that says the lowest selling item, lowest price. So it's not sold items; it's just the lowest price. So they give you some pricing guidance on it. So obviously, if I want to change this and say, well, if it's selling for $16.98, then I'm going to go $19.99. Say it updates your earnings, so you can see right there what your profit's going to be. I saw there's another question: does it pull in the warnings, i.e., not for children under 3 years, etc., or do you need to type it in? It pulls in the details that are listed on Amazon, just based off this page. So I would go check the Amazon page, and has anything listed here, or if it's incorrect, then you need to manually change it in your listing. You can always go and edit your listing once it's published. You can add dimensions, and you can add value if you want for insurance. And it shows you basically what the listing would look like. So that would be the main image, the product overview. It shows you the formatting, the features. This is where you can add features or like product details, like if you that would just say genuine product or something silly, genuine product, and then refresh your preview. It will show you what it would actually look like in your listing, so you can see like a real time. What you see is what you get, editor. Here's the footer that I mentioned that you can either leave in or do without, basically, or you can edit. And as I mentioned, make sure it doesn't misrepresent your business. So if you don't sell items in factory sealed packaging, you obviously want to take that out. Or if you already have a footer, you want to take that out as well. So once you're done, you can either save it as a draft, or you can publish the listing. So we'll go ahead and publish the listing. I'll show you what that looks like. And once it goes to publish, if there's any type of error, and I've only seen an error one time, and that's when it was, what was the deal? There was something that violated with eBay, like I didn't have, it was an incorrect category or something was wrong where it kicked it back out, but it will show you in the status what the error is, and we'll give you, you have some action selections you can do from there. So once it gives the check mark is listed,
doctor's appointment tomorrow.
You can go here to live eBay listings, and it will show the things. So I currently have 2 items listed on eBay, and this is where from here you can delist them if you choose you don't want to list them anymore. But it will actually link to it, and then it will link to the eBay link. So on the Amazon page, it listed to Amazon, and eBay it links to eBay. Excuse me. And so for here, you could do the typical eBay things. You can revise your item. You can do best offer, anything like that you want to change. But essentially, it looks just like it did on the other web. It even pulls in the UPC if that's listed on Amazon. And the brand, it populates everything it can find on the Amazon listing. So that is it. It's ridiculously simple. When items sell, they will show up in the eBay. I think it keeps it running, 3-4 months or something like that somewhere. So I last turned it on in spring and turned it off. I would get some in June. So here's some items that sold on eBay. Tells you the item number, transaction ID, and then what it actually sold for, the tracking number, when it's going to arrive, gives you all the information here. So if you ever get a question from a buyer, you can either hunt it down on Amazon or just go to Joe Lister, and it gives you the tracking information for where it's going to arrive, when it's going to be there, essentially. That is it in a nutshell. And as I mentioned, each page shows instructions, so it gives you some brief instructions. And they also have a support page that has like some frequently asked questions, knowledge base, that type of thing. So super easy, super simple. Like I said, you can delist this and wait for it to delete, and then when you go back in, then that unlocks one of your free listings, and you can go pick another one and list it from there. So you can just do that over and over and over. The entire Amazon feed that was showing you, where you can sort by, quantity or whatever. It will show you in the status of the check mark if it's already listed on eBay. So if you just wanted to quickly find the items that you've listed on eBay, you can click listed. It's not showing a listed one. That's weird. It should show the ones already listed on eBay, but it's not doing that right now. So, yep. So that is it in a nutshell. There's another question for tax purposes. I'm assuming everything is collected in Amazon for tax chart purposes. No, it is not, because Amazon doesn't recognize it as a sale. You would have to have tax chart set up and linked to your PayPal account.
Right.
So
Amazon doesn't even know how much you sold it for. You could be doing
exactly.
channel fulfillment, to send something to a friend or your family. They really don't.
Yep.
They don't have any information except for what you're typing in there, which is the shipping information.
And that's a good question too, because you need to make sure that your tax settings are set up properly in your eBay seller profile. In your eBay selling manager, you can set like your shipping preferences, what countries you will not ship to, minimum feedback to bid, all that stuff. There's a section in there for sales tax to charge. So you want to have that set up, and then a tax chart linked to your PayPal account, and that will cover you for sales tax purposes.
Yeah.
The nice thing with eBay is, well, I guess you would still potentially, Nexus may be an issue depending on your stance on that, but so I'll leave that alone. But yeah, just make sure it's set up in eBay to collect.
Yeah, it's basically doing nothing as far as Amazon's concerned. All they're doing is storing and fulfilling your items for the items you're listing on eBay. So don't count on Amazon for any of that kind of stuff. And another thing is, if you're going to be listing stuff long term, or if you're a new eBay seller, we have about 2,000 listings. So the good till completed is not usually a good idea, because it's not actually relisting every 30 days. It's just resetting that counter. So what we've had to do, and what we do now, is actually unlist all of those. We list them for 30 days, and we either unlist them or we relist them when they're done, because then they're at the top of the search again. If something's been listed, good till completed, 4 or 5 months, and then it just keeps going down in the search results, and they were impossible to find when we were searching for them. So it made a giant difference when we did the search listing. And a lot of people think good till completed, you're only being charged that one time, but every 30 days they're charging you again, if it's not a free listing. So there's really no benefit for using good till completed, except it saves you a little bit of work. But believe me, there's a big, giant difference when we relist those items, because then they're new. eBay really looks at what you are, your activity. So, when we don't list,
so you would do a 30-day list.
We don't get sales as much. So, it's a real thing. eBay is, very small-minded and petty. If you don't, when you pay your bill, you get a lot of sales. When you, list some new items, we get a lot of sales. So we try to list stuff almost every day. And we don't list the same things on Amazon as we do on eBay. We're not really using this program, though, we might start. But what we can do is, what we do is list different items. We're listing, a lot of used clothing and collectibles and, high-end used shirts, and those kind of things that aren't really good for Amazon or not allowed on Amazon. So, you want to look into those things before you, start listing on Joe Lister. Almost everything on Amazon is going to be good for eBay. Some things don't sell as good, but when you start doing a lot, 1 or 2 or 10 to try out is one thing, but you'll see that as you list more and more there's a lot of things they do to either punish or promote the people that they like or don't like.
One other thing, I was looking at the settings screen because I was thinking about what Sean was saying with the listing interval. Be careful with the ship from zip code, because your choices are to either enter your zip code, which I saw it blank and just instinctively entered it, or if you don't, it will leave the default Amazon. It will put the default Amazon FBA warehouse location. If you set your zip code, it may throw off buyers, because if they're in, say, Florida, and they see, it ships from a Florida zip code, but the fulfillment order comes from a product that's in California. Obviously, the shipping is going to look differently and the arrival dates. So be careful filling this in, or setting buyer expectations, basically, because you really have no idea where it's going to ship from if you have product and it's scattered in Amazon warehouses. So that's one other caveat. I haven't had anybody complain about it because it sends the tracking information in the time frame, but just be careful that you're not saying, hey, ships priority in 1 or 2 days, unless you're actually can deliver in 1 or 2 days. Make sure I cover all the features that they listed on this page. Yeah. Oh, the quantity sync, which I think we covered that, but just to make sure it's stated that when it does sell on Amazon, or only by virtue of them creating the fulfillment order, it decreases your quantity by 1. So that's what they mean by quantity sync. They're not really doing an inventory upload. They're just yanking one from your stock with the fulfillment order. So that will update your inventory automatically. So I think that is it. I don't think there's anything noteworthy on the support page to see, other than, like I said, there's just some generic FAQs and some you could do a search, like if you're going to find out how to do what happens with the tracking number, that type of thing. Then you can search it, but it's not a whole lot there, basically. Yeah. So that is it. Can the customer choose different options for shipping? No, because the fulfillment orders, you only have 2 choices for fulfillment orders, and currently Joe Lister does not let you do priority listing or having the changes in it. Basically, it just basically does a fulfillment order with defaults and sends it to it. So if you wanted to do that, you would have to list outside of Joe Lister if you want to do priority options. See, I think that was. We cover all the questions.
I think I covered everything. Yeah, I
Yep.
mean, we can wrap it up if nobody else has any questions.
Yeah, and you guys join us for the webinar when we have the Joe Lister team. Come on.
It will be much sexier.
When is that?
I think we're working on a date still. I don't know if I have it in stone yet or not. I might or might not, but it will be within the next few weeks. We'll let everybody know, but definitely join. Take advantage.
All right, sounds good. Try it out, and then come back with your questions when they come on, a little later.
Yeah.
We're trying to get as many, of the people who are making these tools on as we can. So try them out, get your questions ready, and send us some messages if, there's a tool you want us to go over, or, something you're using. We might be able to get them on to show us some new things that you might not know about.
This one's a no-brainer because there's no credit card and you get 10 free listings a month. So there's really no downside to giving it a shot. So this is definitely one you want to jump on with no risk at all, basically.
Yeah, see if it fits your business model, and, if it does, great, and no loss on your end.
Is there a list of Be Cool rules and how we should set it up? We did do a webinar on Be Cool, so I would say go back and watch that, and you'll see a general way how to set it up. I think Todd covered it pretty well, but if you have any questions, just post it in your group or send Todd a message, and it'll help you. But we make these videos to cover everything, so you can just follow along and go back and watch it over and over until you get what whatever you need to know. I think we cover these pretty well.
Yeah, I think I uploaded a print screen of my rules, but if not, or either way, if you just message him, make sure you add me as a friend so those will go to my other folder, or tag me in the group. But just mention if you want to see the rules, and I'd be happy to send you the print screen of how my rules are set right now, so you can copy those, or I can walk through what works.
Right?
Cool.
We'll see you on whenever. Bye.
Monday.
Monday. We got
something else. What's going on Monday?
Monday we got somebody coming on too, so.
Oh, somebody, yeah. Awesome. We're all together tonight. Great.